Time recording.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Yes.
Unmade.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
On the scope document, as a consultant, you people want to deliver some of the documents and you will do the configuration in the SAP system. So we are following activate methodology. So based on the activate methodology, it starts with the preparation phase, explore, then realization, deploy and run. Okay, in prepare phase, first we will start the kickoff meeting, and after the kickoff meeting, we will share the scope document. This is the real scope document which is already implemented in an organization. Okay, the same scope document we will share you. It's a real scope document only. We did in GCC before 10 years back we implemented, and Mr. Dhanushar implemented, and before this 3 to 4 years back we implemented in same project in S4 HANA also. The S4 HANA document only we will share you. Okay, and in kickoff meeting we will share you the scope document. Based on that, people want to do some deliverable document like BPML, business process map list. Okay, so
most of you have completed SAP training and looking for S4 HANA implementation project. So may know what is the reason. So this implementation project is is mandatory, or maybe this is more important for us in the career point of view. So if you can explain why S4 HANA implementation project is required. So without this implementation project, can we get into SAP? So what is the challenges? So what is the, maybe someone can explain why the project is required.
So that I am able to get better job opportunities.
Okay, so better job opportunity. So you want to put it in your resume. Okay, so that is one of the points.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody else, why you need an implementation projects?
But sir, I have one question over here.
Yeah.
So this one is a real-time project. Are we going to face the client, or it's just we need to put configuration and integration and all in the system?
Yeah. So this I will answer you. So during the demo, end of the demo. Okay, I will explain you about the projects and everything. Yeah, thank you. Okay, anybody have any questions? So why this implementation project is required for me? So because I completed the project training and I want to get into SAP, but why it is required? So what is the necessity of the implementation project? That too in S4 HANA implementation projects.
Most of the interviewers are asking for any end-to-end implementation projects, and also we are from different fields and we don't have any experience practically.
Okay, so without implementation project, is it possible? So you mean to say it's very difficult, or whether no?
Yeah, it's very difficult to get into companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody have why this implementation project is required for you, or maybe generally? So as
yeah, can I explain?
Yeah, you can.
So if we are a part of implementation, right, we will be able to know the system functionality end to end in all the business objects. Like SAP, what is SAP is like it is having all the modules, right? Like some clients use the FICO model as well as the MEM as well as SD, right? So whenever we work for a SD project, right, we will be only confined to the SD module itself. So whenever we work for any kind of implementation, right, we will get a scope of learning from different modules. So there we will be able to see the integration between other modules, and which will be helping us in support projects as well as the future implementation.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, see, there is a point actually I want to include. So when SAP comes to India, so maybe we can say more than 30 years. So that time also they are expecting people who have the experience in SAP module. And even till today, even though there are we can say more than 160 countries they are using SAP, but still they are expecting the same kind of experience. Okay, so how that too what they are expecting? Do you have any greenfield implementation projects? Okay, so because why they are asking, even though I completed my courses in 2023 and last 1 year I'm just applying for a job, so they are expecting even first of all I'm not getting a call because I applied as a fresher, and even though if I get the call, they are asking for any implementation project. So which means the company, right? Suppose you want to work in the company, they are also all the client they are expecting. I need a person who have experience. If you go with the Middle East, so in India they will at least they are expecting more than 3 years, 4 years experience. But when it comes to Middle East, they will expect minimum 10+ years experience. So how you can able to get into SAP, right? So everybody they have to give us some opportunity, right? So someone has to give opportunity, but now that is very difficult. Even if you say any company, even the small scale kind of companies, yes, there are plenty of companies, but still all are reference based, they are recruiting. As a fresher, I completed my course in MM, SD, FI, PP, WM, EWM, and even IS retail or Ariba, but nobody is ready to recruit me as a freshers, which means client also expecting experienced candidate and company also based on the client expectation. So they cannot recruit you and keep it in the bench, and they are not ready to pay you the salary also, right? Nobody will do that, even including us, we will not do that. So the market is expecting, so people should have at least minimum at least one end-to-end implementation project experience. Okay, so why this implementation project is important, I mean what are the deliverable? So that is what so we are going to discuss here, and this demo is completely for awareness of implementation project. So how I can able to update my profile? Someone told that yes, I want to update it in my CV so that I can go in next level, right? So that is everybody's, today I got the Maruti car, next I'm going to plan for maybe I can plan for some Benz. So this is the upgradation of everybody lifestyle. So same thing, technology also, career also. So we need to update ourselves, because now in most of them still they are working in ECC, but now in this market they are asking, do you have any S4 HANA implementation project experience, right? So that was the expectation now. So how we can able to switch over into 5G? The same way how we can able to switch over into SAP S4 HANA, right? So I have studied in ECC, but how I can able to migrate it into S4 HANA and everything, so this demo they are going to explain you. And before that, so in the implementation project, right, when you are going to do the implementation, so we have the methodology, right? So initially we know, like if you're developing any software, we call it as a agile methodology or SDLC, software development life cycle. There is a methodology. Even in SAP, then ECC also we used to call ASAP methodology, right? So now in S4 HANA, so we have activate methodology, right? So anything, right? If you are start building the house, or if you want to start build the bridge, or any kind of building control construction, so we need the template, right? So we have the method, how we are going to design, how we are going to build it. So same way, any kind of product which we are going to implement, especially SAP or Oracle or Java, doesn't matter. So we have the methodology, right? We have the that is in SAP introducing the methodology called activate methodology for implementing SAP S4 HANA, right? So Srikanth is going to explain. So how many phases are there, and each and every phase what the consultant they are going to deliver it. So I understood most of them they are new to SAP. I mean, the implementation project point of view, already you have a good practices in configurations and everything. But the implementation project in the site, how the consultant they are going to deliver the projects, and how many phases they have, and each and every phases what are the deliverables, right? So these are all for if you want to become the as a SAP S4 HANA consultant. So then first we should understand the methodology. So then we should understand how many phases, right? What are all the phases we have, and each and every phase what we are going to deliver. So that is what he is going to explain maybe next or 20 minutes. So after that we will have a detailed discussion. If you have any queries and if you have any challenges, anything, we will have a question and answers. We will have it. So we will allow Srikanth to proceed, and the phase by phase what are all the deliverables. And if anybody have any doubts or any challenges, you can ask me end of the phase. Maybe talk about preparation phase and talk about explore phase and realization phase and deployment phase and run phase. So he's going to explain. So just for 20 minutes, we will allow him to discuss about that. And some of them completely new for us. You can ask us right after the demo. You can raise the questions, and then we will answer on that. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here, once we share the scope document, as a consultant, you people want to do some delivery document. The first document is like a BPM, business process map list. Okay, here you are mapping the exact business process which are there in the scope document. You are mapping to the SAP business process. Okay, for example, you can see this is one of the sample BPML. Here we are mapping we are mapped the SAP standard business process like stock procurement of stock material, procurement of non-stock material, service procurement, asset procurement, subcontracting, STO, likewise contract, scheduling agreement, intra third party. Likewise, what are all the process involved in that scope document we are listing here. Okay, this is called BPML, business process master list, or BP business process map list. Once we got approval from the client, then we will go for the fit gap analysis. Okay. Once we got approval from the client, then we will go for the fit gap analysis. See, in this kickoff meeting and BPML will come under the prepare phase. Now we are going for the next phase, explore phase. Here we are going to discuss about the fit gap analysis.
We will have questions about if they have any queries on that. So what is explained about the preparation as a consultant, right? What we are going to deliver in the implementation project. So first we are going to discuss about the scope, right? It's nothing but your as-is documents, right? So based on the scope document, so we are going to prepare BPM. So he is explain about what is the BPM. We know everybody is already executed the process in your model, right? Talk about like a procurement model. So they know the stock material procurement. So creation of purchase requisition, approval of purchase requisition, creation of RFQ, quotation, comparison, purchase contract, purchase order, goods recipe, invoice verification, correct? So same thing, like even there are multiple different type of P2P process. So stock material procurement, subcontracting procurement, and project procurement, and the production procurement, and the maintenance procurement, cost center procurement, service procurement, consignment procurement, intercompany procurement, intra-company stock transfer procurement. So we can say more than 15-20 type of P2P process. So that is what. So we are going to identify from the scope document, right? Customer is given, this is my business requirements. So now as a consultant, we need to address, so what all the business process currently they have. So that we need to prepare as a. So now, once we have identified the process, then we can able to start the workshop. So that is what we are going to discuss about in the export, right? So we have, in the preparation phase, we talk about like we have the RISE project. So the customer will provide, these are all the forms, these are all the reports which currently we are using in Oracle system. So please make sure that these same reports, these forms. What is forms actually? So when we are going to create the purchase order, and you are going to send the printout, right, print of purchase order to the vendor. So while you are creating the sales order, you are creating the sales order printout. And while you are creating the production order, you are taking the printout, right? So this is, we know how the printouts they are going to design. We call it as a Adobe forms or smart forms in this. So now these are all the RISE objects. From the clients, we are going to collect for individual module consultant, we are going to collect it, and we are going to proceed further. Okay. So project preparation is very simple. So just we understand the client business requirements through the scope document or as-is documents, and then we are going to prepare the list of BPML process documents. So then we are going to collect the RISE object. So I think most of them know what is RISE object, right? So we have forms, reports, interface, enhancements. So when there are two different systems connecting, through that we are going to design as a interfaces. When there is a approval process, we call it as a workflow. When there is a report requirements, we call it as a reports. So when there is a kind of printout, like a purchase order printout, goods receipt, goods issue, so these are all called as a printout, right? So we need to discuss about the RISE object also. Maybe you are from M, SD, FI, PP, PM, QM, EWM, but we need to collect the RISE object. we can use it. Okay. So anybody have any questions related to the project preparation phase? So have you understand, or maybe if you have any questions, maybe we can proceed, maybe end of the session, or maybe if you have any questions, you can ask me, maybe anybody have any questions? You can proceed about the explore.
Yes. In the explore phase, we will do fit gap analysis. Fit gap analysis is also called workshop document. Here, based on the BPML, we will prepare a PPTs. For each and every process, we will make a PPT like this. This is one of the sample fit gap analysis, and we will explain this to the client. The content from where we will take means the SAP itself given the website called rapid.sap.com, which is also called SAP Best Practice. From there, we want to take the information about the process and we want to explain this to the client. Here, about the process and business benefits, key process flow, roles and authorization with the flow chart, okay, and the steps involved in that particular process. Because client will not aware of that, what are the steps are involved in that and what are the roles are applicable for that process. So these things we are explaining to the client based on the BPML process. We are listing the process in BPML. Next, we are explaining in detail with the flow chart to the client. Okay, this is called fit gap analysis. Fit gap analysis is also called workshop document. Finally, at the end of fit gap analysis, we will come to know the gap analysis also. Suppose any new forms, new reports, new enhancement, or any SAP to non-SAP system interface needed means those kind of discussions also will be there in the fit gap analysis. Okay, in explore phase, we will do it. And we will find the gap analysis and we will find the above object also for that. Okay. And after fit gap analysis, we will do business blueprint. Business blueprint is the combination of as-is and to-be document with the configurations. Okay, like all the codifications will be there, like org structure, then company code, everything like about the process, existing process, everything will be there. Let me show you one example, one sample document. This is one of the sample document for business blueprint. This is for asset procurement I am showing you. Here we are following 13 steps. See, this is the IBM standard document. Here you people should follow some 13 steps, okay, in the business blueprint, like current business process requirement. This you can take from the scope document, from where all the business processes are defined. So current business process requirement. This you can take from the scope document. Next step, current business process flow chart. This also you can take from the scope document. Then changes to existing organization process. What are the changes are there in existing process? That if anything else you can define here. Then description of improvement. When we from here to be process starts. When we implement this SAP, what are the improvements are there that we are explaining here. Then proposed solution. This you can take from the fit gap analysis. From fit gap analysis, you can take the steps. What are the steps are involved in that to execute that particular process. Those things you can mention it here. Then with number ranges, document type, pricing procedure, then all the configuration should be mentioned here. Then propose the solution flow chart. Okay. Then description of functional defects. As I said, we after the fit gap analysis, at the end of fit gap analysis, we will come to know about the gap analysis more. Those things also we want to mention it here. For example, they given purchase requisition workflow approval process. Because in standard SAP, it is not possible. Through workflow, we are achieving this approval process for purchase requisition. Like this, purchase order workflow approval process, PO customization, quotation comparison report, then GR customization. These are the gaps we found it, so we are mentioning it here. This is called description of functional defects. Then approaches to covering the functional defects. What are the approaches? We will do the functional specification further to cover these functional defects, right? Then we will do, then next step will be the integration consideration. What are the integrations are there? So since this is a MM module, what are the other module integrations are there? That also to be defined here. So as it is a asset procurement, so FI will come here. Asset master creation, tax code, payment terms, then advance payment, invoice verification, letter of credit. This all belongs to FI module. So this process integrated between FI and MM. Then reports to be considered. What are the reports are applicable for this process? That also we want to mention it here. Then file conversion and Fiori app with roles and authorization. This we should mention. These 13 steps to be maintained in business blueprint. Here all the org structure with codification, company code, plant, purchase organization, sales organization, likewise all the codification based on their respective module, based on their respective process, they want to maintain it, they want to mention it. Based on the business blueprint, we will do KDS, key data structure. Okay, till here, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. This business blueprint will come under explore phase.
See, he explained about the explore phase, what the consultant we are going to do, right, in the implementation projects. So we need to, till now we understand the client business process, right? So they provided the scope document, and based on the scope document, we have identified the list of process in MM and SD, FI, PPPM module. So after that, we have identified the RISE object. But in the explore phase, as a consultant, so we need to conduct the workshop. Okay, what is the workshop? So we have SAP S/4HANA best practices. So these best practices which contains about the detailed business process, and the best practices which contains about the roles and authorizations. For example, so you are going to create the sales process, right? So sales administrator is the role name who is going to create the inquiry, quotation, sales order, sales contract, etc. So now then there is a shipping clerk. What shipping clerk he will do? He is going to create the delivery, he is going to picking, packing, and then he is going to do the transportations and post goods issue and etc. So after that, accounts receivable accountant is going to raise the invoice, then he is going to collect money from the customer. So this is in the roles and authorization. So we have to explain to the customer. So these are all the O2C process or P2P or production related process. So we need to prepare in the fit to standard workshop. So once the customer is understand, okay, so these are all the roles and these are all the process which are covering to the respective business process. So then we have to identify if there is any gaps. So mostly the interview point of also, so they will ask you, so have you implemented any kind of enhancements, or what are the complex scenario you have faced, or what are the customized scenario you have designed in your previous implementation project. So for that purpose, so you will get additionally, so what are the gaps, right? What is the gaps actually? Suppose you are going to connect to different system, from weight-based system to SAP S/4HANA system, from the master data system to our SAP system, or from 3PL system to S/4HANA system. So how we are going to do the connection between two different systems? So we call this interfaces, right? So we need to identify the gaps. Gaps is nothing but the standard SAP process which are not fit, which are not designed as per the customer requirements. For example, you are creating the production order, and once the releasing the production order, there is a notification being sent to the warehouse clerk who is receiving the material, right? So they need to issue the material to the shop floor. So that is some kind of additional requirements the customer is requesting. So we need to design as a gaps, right? So these gaps will be fulfilled via interfaces or through workflow or through enhancements. Okay, so this is also going to be covered. So during the projects, so how you are going to prepare the functional specification, how you are going to communicate to the technical team, and how you are going to design the RISE object, then testing and etc. Okay. So after the gaps, so we are going to discuss about the data migration approach. So we are going to upload the master data to SAP S/4HANA, right? So generally what will happen when there is a Greenfield implementation projects, so we are going to upload the open items. So for example, the currently in Oracle system, they have a 50,000 raw materials are there. I mean, material list are there. So 7,000 plus vendor masters are there. So 5,000 plus customer are there. So bill of material, work center, GL account, right? So there are so many master data. So as a consultant, so we need to plan. So what is the tool we are going to use it, and what is how to design the template. So based on the template, you have to give it to customer. Customer will give the data, right? So when you are going to do greenfield implementation, so we need to upload the master data. We need to upload the open items, right? Especially for MM, it's like a material master, vendor master, purchasing info record, source list, quota arrangement, open purchase order, open purchase contract, initial stock upload. Same thing for SD model. We have a customer master, condition master, info record, customer info record, then open sales order, open purchase contract, and open sales contract. So same thing like a production planning also. We have a bill of material, work center, routing, even open production order. If it is like a FICO module, we have the GL master, we have a asset master, vendor master, customer master, bank master, and the GL opening balance, vendor opening balance, customer opening balance, bank opening balance. So these are all the open items we need to upload it, right? So this is called as a migration cockpit. In SAP, we introduced as a tool as a migration cockpit, right? So you will have the exposure how we can able to upload the data, from normal XML file to your SAP system. So what is the tool we are going to use, and what is the template, how we can able to download the template, how we can able to upload it successfully. The whole things they are going to be explained to you. So after this, so we are going to discuss about like the authorization, right? Roles and authorizations. Okay, what is the roles and authorizations? So when we talk about any module like a material management or sales and distribution, production planning, or even FICO module, so every department there are multiple sub departments, correct? If you say procurement, there is a purchase, the end user department who create the purchase requisition, and there is a department manager who is going to approve the purchase requisition. So every department is one of the role, and purchase department who create the purchase order, who create the RFQ quotation, who create the purchase contract. So this we call it the purchase department. So now what is the role? SAP, what is the role they have given? So that roles and authorization we have to build it. So then we have to assign the respective theory apps or key codes to the respective user. So only that particular access will be provided, right? Roles and authorization are nothing but we have to provide only the respective theory apps, respective transaction we are going to assign to the respective departments. Okay. So after that, so we are going to plan about the detailed test planning. So we are going to discuss about like a unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing. So those things we are going to discuss. So the explore phase, till now what we have discussed. So the main agenda in workflow, explore phase is design the business blueprint and get the sign off from the customer. So how you can able to, suppose I am new to SAP, how I can able to design the blueprint, and he explained about the blueprint, what are the step-by-step process, right? So talk about like what as is process and the to be business process and the process flow diagram and the integration points, report requirements, and the roles and authorization and gaps. So he's explained about the blueprint, how we can able to design. So once if you have this, if anybody is asking, okay, have you worked in blueprint? If yes, then they will ask you, could you explain about what are the, the detailed process or detailed, the blueprint which contains. So could you explain about that? So for that, so you will have all the business process as a consultant. You are going to deliver it as a business blueprint, right? So how the IBM they are implementing or Accenture they are implementing the project, and how they are going to deliver the blueprint, the same kind of documents, everybody is going to, you are going to prepare and you are going to deliver, and we are going to get the sign off also. The same exposure you are also going to get it. Okay. So if anybody have any doubts in the realization phase, please. Okay. So friends, Shrikant, you can proceed about the deployment phase. So what is the roles and responsibility the consultant is going to do it in the deployment phase?
Fine. Okay. After business blueprint, we will do the KDS, key data structure. Okay. Here we will combine all the functional module, a business blueprint, and we will combine the codifications, and we will mention it here. Starts with FI, where the company code, org structure of the FICO, then plant, purchase organization, purchasing group, storage location, document types with the number ranges, material type with the number ranges, okay, pricing procedure, then BP, okay, business partner configurations with the code, account group and number ranges, sales organization, distribution channel, division, sales area, okay, likewise shipping point, sales order document type, customer SD pricing procedure. All these codifications based on the module wise we will mention in the KDS. Once we completed the KDS, based on this codification, we will do the configuration in the SAP system. Okay. Once everyone completed the configuration, we will do testing based on the BPML process, like unit testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing. While doing the testing itself, we will do data migration of 20% of the data, and remaining data will be uploaded during the cutover activity. Okay, once we completed the testing, and while doing the testing itself, we will do the user manual and we will train the end user. Based on that user manual, the end user will do the user acceptance testing. After completion of the user acceptance testing, we will do cutover activity and we will do the data migration via LTMC. Then go live will take place. Okay. This cutover activity will come under deploy phase.
Okay. So he is explaining about the configurations, right? So once the explore phase, right? Once the blueprint is completed, right? Once we get the sign off from the customer, so next we need to start the configuration, right? So everyone knows SAP server, there are three different, we can say there are three different instances, right? We can say, we know development server, quality server, and the production server, right? So we used to do all the configuration in the development server, right? In development server itself, we have a three different instances, like golden development for configurations, golden development for development for ABAP consultant, and then we have the testing clients. So all the unit testing will be done in the development client itself. Okay, so then we have the quality server. So quality server, we have two different instances, right? So one is for integration testing. Okay, what is integration testing? So Shrikant is explained, like when there is a MM team, you are going to execute, connect with SD team, right? So for example, MM and SD, what are the integrations? What all the business process are linking? Drop shipping process, third party process, intra-company stock transfer, inter-company stock transfer. So like that, we have every module, there are some integrations. Talk about PM and MM integrations, procurement of material with reference to plant maintenance order, procurement of services with reference to plant maintenance order. So PM and MM integrations. So same thing like MM and FI integration, MM and PP integration, MM and PS project system integration. So like that. So all the integrations also we are going to do the testing, right? So now the quality system, we have two different instances. One is for integration testing with the cross module consultant. MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS, PM, EWM, all the consultant we are going to do the testing is called integration testing, right? Okay, so second second instance, right? In the quality client, I told there are different instances. One is for integration testing, another one is for the user acceptance testing. Okay, so this instance is created only for end user. Okay, so now we already prepared the end user training documents and we train the end user, right? So how to create the material master, how to create the vendor master, how to create the customer master, bill of material, work center routing, like the product. So all the transaction, we are going to prepare the user manual document. Then we are going to give a training to the end user. So after that, we are make sure the end user is going to perform the business transaction in the UAT, right? So once he is agreed, okay, the material is creating successfully, or the purchase order is created successfully, or the purchase order is approved successfully based on the value. So all the testing will be done during the UAT. We call it as a user acceptance testing. So this UAT will be happening in the quality server, right? We discussed development server. There are 3 different clients, and we have the quality server. We have 2 different clients, and now there is a production server. So production server, there are 2 different instances, right? One is for pre-production, and another one is for the production, right? Live production. Okay, what is the pre-production? So before we are going to upload all the master data in the production server, so there is a rehearsal cutover activities, right? So we are going to upload the master data, open items, everything in the pre-production server. Okay. So in the pre-production server, first we will upload all the data, then we will get the confirmation from the customer. So I have uploaded all the 60,000 material master, please confirm. I have uploaded all the 750 GL master, please confirm. I have uploaded all the open item like a GL, vendor, customer, bank, asset, every open item also I have uploaded, please confirm. So now, once the customer is agreed or confirmed, so then only we can able to upload the master data open item in the production server, right? So we cannot transfer from one client to another client. So we used to again re-upload in the production server. So now we understand the landscape of SAP. There are 3 different servers, and each and every server there are different instances. Instance is nothing but client, right? So we explained about the instance. Okay. So after that, we are going to talk about like we discussed about like the unit testing, and we discussed about the integration testing, user acceptance testing, etc. So in the configuration. So next he is going to explain about the deployment phase. Okay. So till now what we have done, so we have discussed about the client business process, we discussed about we prepared the blueprint, get the sign off, we done the configuration testing, everything. So next we have to start the deployment phase. Okay, what the consultant they are going to do it in the deployment phase, right? So here consultant is nothing but as a trainee. So maybe you want to become a consultant, and what you are going to deliver in the implementation project, right? That is what we are going to explain as the deployment phase. Okay, yes, you can proceed.
What is the sandbox then? What is the use of sandbox?
Sandbox, that is fully configured actually. There is a demo purpose. So we used to, maybe if you want to showcase any of the process, or if you want to testing something, then we'll go for the sandbox.
It's a part of quality server.
No,
it's
not the quality server. Sandbox server is a IDA system. So we call it as a IDA system, right? So it's a testing kind of server. So we have all the SAP standard configuration will be there, and we cannot use as a quality server. See, quality server is nothing but we used to configure in development server all the business process and everything. Then we will move to quality server for testing purpose. So
okay, in sandbox we can do both configuration as well as testing.
Yeah, we can do, but sandbox we will not use it in the customer side actually. Okay, so because as I told you, development, quality, production will be there, but sandbox is only for reference purpose, just for executing any of the process. So we cannot able to use the sandbox server, we cannot do any configuration, and we cannot use for the client purpose. So this is fully configured just for demo server, that's it.
Okay. And what are the cutover activities? Can you explain it once again?
POC.
Yeah. So he's going to explain about the deployment phase now. Yeah. Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Yes. In deployment phase, we will do the cutover activity. Cutover activity means we are planning the days to upload the data, master data and the transaction data. Okay. So after this testing and all, we will do the in testing itself, we will do 20% of the data uploaded. Here, we are planning remaining 80% of the data will be uploaded in the cutover activity based on the some duration, so a given time like 1 week time. Based on the given time, we will do the data upload here in cutover activities. That is called data migration. Fine. After cutover activities, we will do go live. Like pre-go live check will be there, then go live will be there. Then after go live, we can hand over the system to the client and they can execute. They can do the first billing and they can run their phase.
Okay. So what is explaining about the deployment phase is the completely for cutover, right? So for example, let's say let's say for May month, right? So we are planning for May 15th is go live. Okay, let's say for May 10th, they will close all the system. So they will not do any kind of business transaction in their Oracle system. Okay, till May 10th they will do all the business transaction. But from May 10th to 15th, yes, there are business transaction will happen, but they will not record it. So they will not record those transactions. They have a document and it too processed. But now in between these 5 days, we are migrating right into SAP. So we are not going to do any business transaction in existing system. So that is the cutover. So for these 5 days, right, for this May 10th to May 15th, because May 15th our SAP system will be ready. So user they can able to enter all the business transaction in SAP production server. So within these 5 days, what all the business transactions are pending? For example, per day there are 100 plus production orders they will create, or per day there are 200 plus sales order will be created, or maybe 200 plus purchase orders will be created, or so many invoice will be posted. So these are all the data we call as the open items. So that is what we call as a cutover activities, right? So cutover activities which contains master data plus open items. So already I have explained every module what all the master data. Talk about like MM module. So we have a material master. So let's say they have a 50,000 material. So we need to upload it. So vendor master, maybe there are let's say 7,000 vendor master we have to upload it. Customer master, let's say there are 10,000 customer master we have to upload it. So like that we have every module, right? Material, vendor, purchasing info record, open purchase order, open purchase contract, initial stock upload. So all the material we have to count the stock, then we have to upload it in SAP. So this is all related to MM module. Same thing like SD module, right? We have a customer master. So we have a customer info record, open sales contract, open sales order. So these are all the open item plus master data. Okay, cutover activity is nothing but master data plus transaction data. So during this period, what are the volume of data? So those we need to upload it into SAP, right? See, this is open item, but master data it will be throughout the transaction, right? Last 15 years they are using the Oracle system. Last 15 years they have 50,000 raw material. So these master data also we need to migrate into SAP. So that is what we are calling as a migration cockpit. So there are multiple tools we are going to upload the data in SAP. We are going to upload through LSMW, that is also possible. So we can able to upload through BAPI, that is also possible. So we can able to upload through BDC, that is also possible. Through IDOC also we can upload. So now SAP they have introduced very simplest way. Only the functional module consultant they can able to upload it. So we don't want any technical module consultant. So we don't want ABAP to help or to design or develop any kind of uploading the master data or open item. So SAP predefined tool called migration cockpit. So this migration cockpit will helpful to the functional consultant. So can create the project, can download the templates, then can able to easily upload all the open item plus master data. Okay. So we will talk about like the cutover activities. There are two different cutover activities. Okay, one is for the rehearsal cutover activities, and another one is like a production cutover activities. Okay, what is the rehearsal cutover activities and what is production cutover activities? So as we discussed, there are landscape is development, quality, production, right? So we are talking about now production server. So production server, there are two different instances, two different clients. One is pre-production, another one is the production client. Okay, pre-production server, so client is provided all the data, open items plus master data. So now individual module consultant, they will start upload all the open item plus master data in the pre-production server. And now we need to make sure whether whatever data they have provided and whatever data the consultant you uploaded in the pre-production server, whether it is okay. So that confirmation we need to get it from the client side, from individual module. So once they agreed, once they confirm, so then we need to upload the same open item plus master data in the production server. Right, so this is production server, it's a production cutover activity, and the pre-production server we call as a rehearsal cutover activities. Okay, so now these activities more crucial. If any of the data is wrong, then complete there will be big loss, right? So it should be very crucial. The data, every line item of the data is more crucial for business as well as the consultant also, right? So once we completed this cutover activities, right, deployment phase. So then we will go for the run phase. So run is the fifth phase, right? So we are going to So now your server is ready. So already we done the blueprint, already we done the configurations. So already we done the cutover activities, production cutover activities also completed successfully. So next what? So we have to, let's say May 15th, okay, give the system to the customer to do the day-to-day activities. So procurement team, they will create the purchase requisition, department manager will start approval, purchase order will be created, and purchase manager will approve, and warehouse clerk will do the GRN, and invoice accounts payable team, they are going to create the invoice, and accounts payable team, they are going to do the payment to the vendor. Same thing like SD, FI, PP, all the module business transaction will be punching into the SAP production system. So from May 15th onwards, they are going to do the day-to-day activities in our SAP S4. So till now, whatever we have done, whatever we have discussed, so this is the method we are following as a activate methodologies, right? So this every phase and every deliverable is one of the documents. Either it's a PowerPoint presentation, or either it's a Word document as a blueprint kind of sign off, or either it is the XML file kind of document. So like that, every deliverable as a consultant, how they are going to deliver in the project site like a Accenture or IBM company, the same way. So we are going to execute the project and make sure everybody have the same exposure in within 45 days time or maximum 2 months this project will be executed, right? So if you have any doubts, so regarding this implementation project, so how you can able to become a consultant, whether you are eligible for this, or whether you have any challenges or any understanding of this activate methodology, anything, you can please raise the hand.
What about that 5 days activities, as you said, from 10 to 15? So whatever transaction would be there, how they will cater in the system?
Yeah, see these 5 days, they will not do any transactions. See, only they have a
Okay.
recorded, they have a recorded transactions, but they will not posted anything in there, any SAP or in Oracle system, they will not post it. So these records will be, once the live is done, then they will post it. Okay, this is for May 10th, this is 11th, 12th, 14th, up to 15th, they are
Okay,
back date, they are going to post it.
entry.
Yes.
Okay, for 5 days they will not do anything in the system,
Anything
correct?
activity. Otherwise, we cannot get the exact data. We cannot get what is the stock, we cannot get it. What is the open items, we cannot get it, right? So that is the reason we are
Right.
stopping the system, and we are getting all the open item values like vendor balance. So let's say there are 5,000 plus vendor, this much crores we have to pay, this liability they have to, we have to take it from Oracle system, then we have to upload it in our S4 HANA. Same thing like a bank balance, customer balance, vendor balance, asset balance, even for inventory balance also, right? So everything we need to upload. So that is the reason we have the cutoff period.
Okay. And what are the major difference between ASAP and Activate methodology?
See, ASAP methodology, so we have the phases like the deliverables, we have a little more. For example, in the project preparation phase, and in the blueprint, the realization, the deployment, and the deliverables will be more. But when they have activate methodology, they have reduced the deliverables. Okay, so in the sense like we have some additional activities also. So for example, we have the show and tell sessions, and we have the cutover activities. So the additional activities also we have. There is a fit to standard workshop. So generally, ECC, ASAP methodology, we don't have any kind of fit to standard workshops. But SAP, they have provided there is a fit to standard workshop. As a consultant, we need to demonstrate to the customer. So what all the SAP, as per their business process. Currently, they have in Oracle system, we identify, let's say for SD model 10 process. So these 10 process, the consultant, we need to demonstrate to the customer. So as per the fit to standard, as per the standard best practices. So like that, we have the even the tool uploading the data. So there is a migration cockpit we have introduced in S4 HANA, but whereas in ECC and ASAP methodology, so we don't have that tool actually. So there are certain changes is there compared with ASAP and Activate methodology.
But both the methodologies are used in HANA only, or SAP is in
not both.
Okay.
Not both. ECC we are using for ASAP, and S4 HANA Activate. So it is as per SAP we have to use it. Yeah.
Okay, and few activities are similar in both the methodology.
Definitely. Few activities are
But
similar.
activate methodology is meant for HANA only, correct? No?
Yes, for HANA only.
And ASAP is meant for ECC.
Yes. Okay, so anybody, let's have an interactive session. So maybe everybody have some challenges, whether I'm eligible to do this implementation project or whether it is suitable for me, and whether then based on the activate methodology deliverable also, what is scope document, what is PPML, what is blueprint. So any questions you have? Yeah, let's have maybe let's.
If we commit a mistake during implementation, how to troubleshoot that?
Yeah, sorry.
If we commute any mistake in implementation, how to troubleshoot that?
Okay, so how to troubleshoot? So okay, you are talking about suppose they have done the configurations and we have done the testing, so they find out that there are some processes not they have implemented.
Yes.
See, that's what every phase we have the Q gate sign off is there. So because whatever we have we are going to deliver, so based on that customer also they have to agree that. For example, let's say we talk about FICO process. In FICO blueprint, they identified, let's say, for 50 process currently they are following. So now this 50 process we have to make sure that so we have configured fully and we have tested and we get the sign off also from the customer. So that is what the project manager activities here. Okay, if any of the deliverable is missing or from the customer point of view is pending or from the consultant point of view is pending, so how we can able to get the deliver it, right? If anything pending from consultant, yes, they have to deliver it. Then only client project manager and implementation company project manager mutually they are going to agreed and get sign off. Then only they are going to release the payment also, right? So that is what we are following. Even though so based on the deliverable, so there is a Q gate sign off is there. Until and otherwise they are not signed off, they will not go for the next phase. Okay.
So the question is how to find out the troubleshoot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to know if there is a change in the process from MTS to MTO, how the open items have been migrated to the systems.
Okay, open item in the sense?
Open purchase, open sales orders. I'm changing my process from MTS to MTO.
Okay.
In that situations, what will happen to my open items like open sales orders or open production orders?
See, this is not changing over the night, right? We know what kind of process going to be implemented, right? Especially for what are the manufacturing. Even though we are going to deal with multiple manufacturing like fabrications or pressures or kind of asphalt kind of manufacturing. So first, as a consultant, we need to very clear whether whatever
that is clear, sir. That is clear. So the customer is asking for the existing system is MTS and he wants that the new systems to be with the MTO scenario.
Okay. So in this case, like the open item point of view, yes, obviously they have a customer. For example, especially for cutover activities point of view, yes. So we need to collect what all the sales are. Maybe last 2 months they have the production order. Last month also they have a production order. I mean sales order which are pending. Even current month also there are certain sales order is pending. So we need to upload this data as a open item. That is what we discussed in the cutover activities, right? So we need to collect all the sales order which are created and not yet converted into production order. If already it is converted into production order, we need to directly upload as a production order as an open item. We don't want to upload as a specification.
No, in that situation, there will not be any assignments of the sales order. That's what I am talking about. When you are changing from MTS to MTO, there is MTO means it is against the sales order. There is an assignment of sales order. So the open items which are there, they are not having any assignments of the sales order.
Yeah, see, that is what I'm telling. See, whether you are uploading as a sales order or you are uploading as a production order. See, they are telling that this sales order still not is converted. So then we will upload as a open sales order. You understood? So suppose those sales order already it was converted. We have a production order. We can upload only as a production order. That is sufficient. So like this we can able to submit the open items.
I'm not clear it. Okay. It's not clear. Actually, the open sales order means it's orders on hand. Actually, the customer is carrying. So,
see, for example, your make to order is start from sales order, right? So let's say customer is
correct,
the order, and we are running the MRP. So based on the MRP, so we are going to the planned order is creating. Then based on the planned order, even production order conversion is happening. Correct. So
Correct.
now, whatever that open item, right? So that is what we are called as the open sales order. So
Correct,
these are
sir.
like what? So these open sales order in SAP, we have the migration cockpit to upload the open PO, the sales order, we have to upload it. So once the sales order is uploaded, then further activities should be manual. So we have to execute the MRP. So then your planned order, production order will be created.
So this has to be monitored separately if there is a change in the process. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, see, change order may be existing. So we need to follow the same way the cutover have to follow. So without uploading or manually, someone has to create it, right? Say, let's say that sales order is, let's say, for less than 100. They will agree to go for manual creation of sales order. If they say that no, this is more than 100 sales order, we cannot upload it. We will provide all the sales order. Let you as a consultant, you can upload it in the production cycle. So then our job is we have to take care of it.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody have any questions? We have another 5 more minutes.
Yes, Srikanth, just I have a question. If we are with the I'm not sure whether it's relevant. If we are working on an infrastructure project, how does this methodology would be different, or it will follow the same process in deployment?
Methodology, even you are implementing for Ariba, or even if you are implementing for like IS retail, methodology same.
The same methodology standard.
Yeah.
And is there anything key points which we understand for infrastructure projects?
Deliverable is same. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is no any changes in the methodology, right? The same phases, same deliverables.
If we are
yeah. See here the process. Yeah. Here the business requirements will be different, and the blueprint is that will be different. So that is not the matter. So the way of deliverable, way of the phases, and how many phases, how many deliverables is completely same. So we are not going to change any methodology. If it is infrastructure, if it is ISI, no. SAP, they have very clear about the methodology for S4HANA. So everything is activate methodology. Even though, as I told you, any different technology, even IS retail, EWM, or even for IS oil, IS retail, even S4HANA, like MM IST Batch, methodology is same.
We are not
So thank you team who joined maybe this weekend. Sorry for contact them. So they will assist you. If you have any challenges, if you have any queries, you can also reach Mr. Srikanth or you can contact Ganesh. So they will guide you. So thank you so much.
Srikanth, just one question. Just only one question. Last one question.
Yeah.
Is there any change in the on-premises or the cloud the scenarios, or the process remains the same?
On-premises and
on-premise, on-prime, or the cloud? Is there any change in the process for the cloud?
Yeah, definitely. Cloud, public cloud, and even for nowadays is a private cloud and public clouds. Okay, so even on-premises we call this a private cloud, and whereas the public cloud, we don't have any kind of business blueprint. So when we are talking about on-premises, they have a blueprint and we have the kind of deliverable. But when it comes to public cloud, there are certain deliverables are different, but still there is a cloud activate methodology, and this is for on-premises, activate methodology. Yes, there is a slight changes are there. We are not going to follow the same because there is no any blueprint in public cloud. But whereas in private cloud, yes, we used to do the blueprint, we have the workshop document, and we have the show and tell. So the methodology wise same, but deliverable point of view is different. Yes.
Thanks so much.
So thank you, team. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, so please reach them. So they will help you at any time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah.